Hi everybody, this is Ospreyeye from MyChartCoach.com, and we're going to take a look at some of the stocks that are in play today. Okay, let's take a look at JAGX. Okay, this is a stock that we've been tracking and posted some charts and videos showing that this bounce play was setting up. First off, notice that RSI and Fasto are both in the bull zone, and they both have room to run until overbought levels. There was a bull cross on ADX, so those are all showing that the chart is heating up. We were looking for a bounce off the 100-day simple moving average here, and we got that. The candle that formed yesterday formed a higher low. This created swing point number three, and then there was nice follow through today. So very nice follow through. The candles are now back above, going for a close above EMA4. We want to see a push above the closing price on this day here, the 9th of February, and then that would set up a run to the 200-day simple moving average at 120. As long as support holds, this very strong uptrend should continue. If the 100-day simple moving average holds, that is going to signal more upside potential. If there's a break below, you could see this gap fill in the middle Bollinger Band and 50-day simple moving average tested. So it was really nice that support held here. It's looking like it wants to make a run back up to the 200-day simple moving average. Notice that there was a declining volume pattern followed by a volume spike today. So that's exactly what bulls wanted to see. Many times that signals more upside potential. If you look here, there was a bullish crossover on the 8, 13, and 5 time frame for MACD. So yeah, this chart is really heating up. We're just looking for follow through on Monday. Okay, let's look at ENRJ. Okay, this is a bounce play that's been setting up, and then today it's making a nice move, nice intraday move. RSI now is back above 50 and in the bull zone. Fasto broke above the 20 oversold line, and so the chart's heating up. The last close above EMA4 was back here on the last trading day in January on the 31st here, and today it's going for its first close above this pink line since that day. So a close above EMA4 after it's been resistance for multiple weeks should be the signal that it wants to head higher. A close above EMA13 at 48 would be bullish. The next target is the middle Bollinger Band here. That's going to be the next key level to break, and if candles can get back above the middle Bollinger Band, then a new uptrend could begin. The reason why this was looking like a good play test was it was finding support at the 50-day simple moving average, so that the bounce off of that, notice the lower wicks bounced off that level, that was signaling strong support, and so this is a good technical bounce play. Now we just need to see a strong close today and follow through next week. Keep an eye on MACD on the 8, 13, and 5 for potential bullish crossover. Okay, let's look at the next one, BLPH. BLPH is breaking out today. It's breaking out intraday above this high close resistance level. If you look back here, this is this closing price back here on the 16th of November is the key level to close above today. If it can close above that level, it looks like it could test the 200-day simple moving average next week. So this is looking like a nice breakout after consolidating. Notice that this candle pushed above the 100-day simple moving average. The candles worked back into the bands, and now it's continuing the strong uptrend. So as long as the strong uptrend continues, the 200-day simple moving average should be tested next week. If the candles pull back, you want to see the 100-day simple moving average hold. If you notice there was this big volume spike back in January, that was a signal that big players had loaded for more upside. And then there was a big volume spike on Tuesday of this week. That was another signal that more money had entered this trade and was looking good for a push higher. It is at oversold levels on RSI and Fasto. So it remains to be seen if it can keep pushing higher at overbought levels. Okay, let's look at PPHM. Okay, this stock here has made a really nice move today above the 300-day simple moving average, which is at 49 right here, the blue line. Notice it's on a multiple day run. It's on a 5-day run, so it's getting frothy. You've got Fasto up here at 90, so it's very overbought on Fasto. Notice the long upper wick on the candle today. That shows profit taking. That has lowered Fasto. Fasto was way up here overbought levels to start the day, and even though the share price is up 20% on the day, Fasto has pulled back down to 66. and that's caused by this long upper wick, the sell-off from high of day. So that's a signal of traders taking profits and possible dilution. You know, when you get multiple green candles in a row or volume bars in a row, and then it's followed by a giant volume spike, and then a long upper wick on a candle that's like right above a resistance level, that is usually what we call a climax spike. So this is looking like the climax to this run. What we want to see next week is we'd like to see this 300-day simple moving average turn into support. So yeah, and then notice, you know, MACD is getting very steep on both time frames, so that signals that it's unsustainable. If you look here on the weekly chart, the weekly chart is showing a very bullish move this week. If you notice here, there's a break. Last week it closed above the middle Bollinger Band, that's the dotted line, and there's a PSAR bull flip. Those were all signals that the chart was heating up. And so when that happened, sorry about that, it was a signal that a possible new uptrend was starting. And then this week, see this green line here is the 50-day simple moving average. There's a break above that, or 50-week moving average. There was a break above that level, and so that is signaling more upside potential. This upper wick almost hit the next target, which is the 50-week moving average, or the 100-week moving average at 77. This week's candle is well above the upper Bollinger Band, and there is a sell-off from the high. So the candles may work back in the bands. If they do work back in the bands, you want to see EMA 4 hold at 41, and you'd like to see the 50-week simple moving average turn into support. As long as candles stay above the middle Bollinger Band, this new uptrend should continue. Once again, look, this is multiple green volume bars in a row with a giant spike this week with a long upper wick. Those are all signals of profit taking. Okay, let's look at RNVA. RNVA is a chart that's heating up today. It's keep an eye out for RSI breaking above 50. That would be a signal the chart's heating up. You've got Fasto on the 50 to 80 bull zone. There was a bullish crossover on ADX. So those are all signals that the chart is heating up. There was a parabolic SAR bullish flip today. Notice the green dots are now below the candles. The move today that's been bullish is notice yesterday's close was below the pink, lime, and orange lines, and that's EMA 4, EMA 8, and EMA 13. Right currently the share price is above all three levels, so a close above those levels would be bullish. Notice the candles were riding EMA 4 resistance lower during this downtrend, so a break above that usually is a signal there's more upside potential. The upper wick on the candle does show some profit taking, and if you look here, the middle Bollinger Band is at 0.070. It needs to get above that level and close above that level and turn into support for a new uptrend to begin. So for this to be a good play, it needs to break middle Bollinger Band resistance. If that happens, there could possibly be a run up to the 50-day simple moving average at 0.090. Notice there's a bullish crossover on MACD. There was one a little bit earlier this week on the 8, 13, and 5, and there is a bullish volume spike today. Okay, let's look at APRI. APRI is making a bullish move above the 200-day simple moving average today. That's the red line, and that's signaling more upside potential. Yesterday, it broke the high close resistance line on the 18th of January. That was the key level to break that happened yesterday, and then the next key level was the 200-day simple moving average. The break above that today is signaling more upside potential. The next key level to break is going to be the 300-day moving average up here at 509. Now there's going to be a lot of resistance to work through to get there. If you notice here, there was a lot of trading in this range between $3 and $5. So you know, if it can break through this horizontal resistance, it could make a run to the 300-day simple moving average. A close above the 200-day simple moving average today is bullish. If you look here, there was this giant volume spike back here on the 18th. That was your signal that big players were loading for more upside potential. So yeah, this chart it has been pushing hard. If you notice here, RSI and Fasto are at overbought levels, so it remains to be seen if it can keep pushing higher. If you do get a pullback next week, you just want to see candles stay above the 200-day simple moving average. If that level turns into support, then that should be a signal that the uptrend is strong and that a potential, the move should continue towards that 300-day simple moving average. Okay, let's look at STAF. Okay, this stock here is having a bounce today. Notice there's this really nasty downtrend. candles have been forming below the middle Bollinger Band. Today there's a parabolic SAR bullish flip. Notice the dots are below the candles. The bullish move is the move above the EMAs and then above this middle Bollinger Band. We'd like to see a close above that level to signal possible start of a new uptrend. The 50-day simple moving average will be the next key level to break. Look at these candles here. Last time it was unable to turn the middle Bollinger Band into support and it pulled back. So for this to be a good play, it's going to have to turn the middle Bollinger Band into support and push through resistance. Notice there is a big volume spike in this move, so that makes this more interesting than the last time. There's a bullish crossover on both MACD timeframes, so the chart is heating up. It's got a lot of bullish signals here. There's a bullish crossover here on ADX, and then you've got RSI now in the 50 to 70 bull zone and FASTO in the 50 to 80 bull zone. So the chart is really heated up. It just has to close above the middle Bollinger Band and turn it into support. If that happens, there could be a run to that 50-day simple moving average. Okay, let's look at the next one, and that's going to be IFON. IFON is another stock that was breaking out today, another multiple day runner. If you look here, it's on a 4-day run right now with this big push above the upper Bollinger Band, and then a long upper wick is forming that is showing profit taking. Once again, when you get multiple green volume bars with a giant spike, many times that's a climax. Almost hit this 300-day simple moving average at 837. That's going to be the next key level to break. On a pullback, you just want to see this 200-day simple moving average turn into support. If you notice back here, in January, there was a close well above the upper Bollinger Band, and the candles pulled back into the bands before heading back higher. That happened right here as well. So this close again above the upper Bollinger Band could be the signal that the candles are going to consolidate to start the week before the next push up higher. So yeah, so this is a nice uptrend though, very strong uptrend. As long as support holds, the uptrend should continue. And then finally, let's look at TOPS, TOPS. This was the big gap up open play. We were on this yesterday when it was down here in the twos. And so, we really got hot on this when it was breaking this 50-day simple moving average yesterday, and then it ended up almost doubling, and well, it did. It doubled in share price, and then the pullback today was a big red flag. This is the open, the top of the candle, and then notice that this is the bottom of the candle. So even though TOPS is up 12% of the day, it still shows that the bears are in control. So whenever you see a black candle forming after a big gap up open, that's your signal to lock in gains and look for a reload lower. There is this gap on the chart between high of day yesterday and low of day today, so that gap could fill next week. On a pullback, you want to see, if the gap does fill, you want to see the 200-day simple moving average and 300-day simple moving average turn into support. If that happens, then this new uptrend could continue. Notice there was a big volume spike today. So the giant volume spike followed by this big pullback from nearly $5 all the way back down to 338. That's a sign also that there's possibly dilution. So they could be, I haven't checked, they could be selling shares. That's what it looks like on the charts. So yeah, that's a big red flag when that happens. The pullback did lower FASTO all the way back down below 50. If you look here at the next chart, this is the weekly chart, and this is going to show you that this has been a pattern for TOPS. Notice that back here in what is this, August, it closed above the 50-week moving average and then had the long upper wick and then pulled back. And then if you look back here in November, it had the same thing. It broke the 50-week moving average. Notice how these candles were trading below. Then it broke above it, long upper wick, and then it pulled back. And then it pulled back, created a long upper wick, and then the downtrend continued. And so here we have a very similar setup here, with the move above the 50-week moving average, long upper wick forming. Is this pattern repeating again, or is it going to hold on to the 50-week moving average and try to bust through the 100-week moving average? That remains to be seen. The pattern has been that a red candle will form next week. So if TOPS forms a white candle next week on the weekly chart, then that will be a bullish change in trend. Okay, if you notice back here, it's had two green volume bars in a row, and if you go back, you have to go back here into April to see the last time where there were 3 green volume bars in a row. So yeah, so tops could start a new uptrend here. It's just it looks like the pattern of running the share price and then diluting is continuing. Okay, thank you very much for viewing these charts. Check us out at mychartcoach.com and our YouTube channel at mychartcoach.com. Thank you.